any reassurance, I'm not the only one, eh? And welcome everybody to my Q&A video. We've got a lot of questions to run to today, plus an official announcement of my collaboration with the Novoid, with a very special sneak peek at our collaboration review at the end of this video. But without any ado, my good man, yours truly, is going to be reading off the questions, and I am going to be answering them. Yours truly, what is our first question?
Thanks, Junior. Okay, Swagger Gang writes,
NC Junior, why is your quality of your content so good, yet you are a new channel?
These are the comments I live for. Like, you people make it an amazing opportunity to do this job. Now, why is my content so good for being a new channel? Well, maybe it's just because I have the soul of Nostalgia Critic imbued in me. Or maybe it's because I've tried and failed a few times to make different channels, and I've already gotten around to how to make things properly now. One or the other. Choose your one. Next one.
Rokas Lucas writes,
How old are you, and what is your favorite cartoon?
You want to know my age? You creepy bastard, what do you want? I'm kidding. My age is 17 years old, moving on to 18 years old very soon. So yeah, actually around the anniversary of this channel is when I turn 18, so yay for me. Next one.
Number One Slayer writes,
Nostalgia Critic Junior, Your Highness, I have a question. Is Cthulhu nice in person?
Yes, your almighty ruler doth see your question, and will gracefully answer it. It's an inside joke, you guys don't get it. Is Cthulhu a nice person in person? Yes. Yes, he is. By no stretch of the imagination is he a wonderful person. Yeah. Hey, anyway, next question, yours truly.
Adler Unita writes,
Hey NC Junior, what kind of good shit you have there next to you?
Well, my good sir, this is some 100% Canadian maple syrup. Goes down nice. Yeah, you thought it was something else, wasn't it? Nope, it's maple syrup. Alright, next one, yours truly.
J-Ro Vergara writes,
Nostalgia Critic Junior, will you review anime or video games?
Well, I am going to be doing an anime month sometime in the near future, in February, and games, I don't think so. No, I will not be reviewing games. But this does lead into our next question. Right, yours truly?
Timothy Spore writes,
Nostalgia Critic Junior, do you play video games?
Do I play video games? Who doesn't play video games? I'm all the way up there, man. I'm Grandmaster's Overwatch, and I'm Silver One's CSGO, because I really don't give a shit about that. And I play a lot of other games, but Overwatch is my shit, so if anybody wants to talk to me about Overwatch in the comments, go ahead, light it up. I love that game. Alright, next one, yours truly?
Terry Owen writes,
Come on, you guys. Show us got a little more gusto here. As for my question, I don't know if I asked you this, but what are the chances of doing a review on an episode of Thundercats 2011? And do take your time answering other questions. I am a very patient man.
Will I review the Thundercats of 2011? Maybe. I mean, I've heard some great things about this show. I never really watched it. So, I mean, it might be like the Samurai Jack scenario where I never watched it, and I rewatched the series and loved it, and then I did a review on it. So, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, maybe, probably, most likely, yeah. Most likely, yeah, it's going to happen. So, yeah, keep an eye out for it. Alright, next one.
The One Friend Who Has No Life writes,
Do a barrel roll.
Oh, boy. Whoa! Oh!
The One Friend Who Has No Life writes again,
Question 1. What is your favorite horror?
Alright, quadruple whammy. Ooh, I love many questions. I get to expand my prowess and tell you all of my secrets. Okay, so, I'm not the biggest horror guy in the world. I never really found an attraction to horror, but the horror movies, I think my favorite horror movie is Cabin in the Woods. It's like a comedy horror movie, and it's a trope of all the horror movies, but I really do think that that's my favorite horror movie to watch. I put it on every now and again because it's just really funny to see them make fun of the tropes of horror movies, and yet they still make a good movie.
Question 4. Here's a hard one for you. You got to pick one least favorite character and one favorite character from Teen Titans Go.
You're evil. My favorite and least favorite character from Teen Titans Go. Well, I'd have to say my least favorite character is Raven, because they just fucked up her character so bad, it hurts. And for my favorite character from Teen Titans Go, I'm going to have to say it's Control Freak, because he actually calls out the Titans and makes fun of them all the time. Which yes, that is okay in my books, 100%. Okay, what's next?
Random Doctor Studio writes,
how do you feel about Invader Zim coming back for a made-for-TV movie?
Well, you see, it's almost like the Samurai Jack scenario where I didn't watch it much growing up, but I did watch it later on, and I just rewatched it. So, getting a final movie for Invader Zim is going to be so sweet. And they have that new movie for A.A. Arnold coming up, and yeah, like, they're really just trying to tie everything together over there at Nickelodeon. So they're doing much better than Cartoon Network. Not a lot better, but they're getting there. Okay, next one.
Sam Bowler 17 says,
will you ever meet the Nostalgia Critic?
Will I ever meet the Nostalgia Critic? Well, fingers crossed that I get to go to the Comic-Con thing down in Toronto this summer, where he will be, BravoCon, and I will get to see him. So if I do go there, I'm coming for you, Nostalgia Critic. Alright, next question.
Ruru Scott says,
what film or series in particular scared or traumatized you as a kid?
What film or series traumatized me as a child? That would have to be Jurassic Park. When you're about 5, 6, or 7, every kid is in the dinosaur phase. Dinosaurs this, dinosaurs that. And I was a huge dinosaur nut. So when I saw that there was this movie, Jurassic Park, VHS, mind you, sitting on my shelf, I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna watch this. And I had nightmares of the dinosaurs forever. Like that one scene where they're climbing to the vent and the Velociraptor jumps up and tries to bite them. Like, holy shit, you have no idea how many nightmares I had of that growing up as a kid. And like the T-Rex and shit. Woo, boy. Like, Steven Spielberg, that was a pretty traumatizing movie for a child. Oh, goodness. Anyway, next question.
Alexander Stevens says,
ANC Junior, how will Pixar Month play out, and will we be able to tackle Saturday morning cartoons from the 80s and 90s?
How will Pixar Month play out? I promised him a Pixar Month. And will I review any of the older shows from the day? Well, let's first address the first part. Pixar Month will play out as a kind of like looking at the worst to see how good they are. And by worst, for Pixar standards, you know, that's pretty hard to get. But we all know what's going to be on the list. Some Cars movies, and some unnecessary sequels, depending on how good or bad they were. But yeah, and then we're going to end off strong with one of the best Pixar movies, which is my opinion, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. About the 80s and 90s cartoon, no. That is Nostalgia Critic's domain. He grew up with that. I did not. I have no connection to that era, so I will not be jumping onto that and reviewing those stuff. Yes, that is my answer. Alright, next question.
Mr. Action says,
do you think Adventure Time and regular show should be owned by Nickelodeon?
Do I think Adventure Time and regular show should be on Nickelodeon? Well, I don't know if you know this or anything, but fun fact, when Adventure Time was getting picked up by networks, Nickelodeon had the choice between Adventure Time and Fanboy and Chum Chum. And they went with Fanboy and Chum Chum. Shame. But, do I think they'd be better with Nickelodeon? You know, honestly, I don't know. I think they'd be better off with Disney. To be honest, I mean, they'd be better off with Disney because Disney has a much better track record and they respect their audiences a little bit more than Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. I think that if it went to Nickelodeon when it did, I think Nickelodeon would be probably in a bit different place than it is right now. But if they switched over like right now, I think we'd have another Harvey Beak situation where everybody loves that show. It's different, it's stylized and all this, but it gets shoved to the back burner for shows like SpongeBob and Fairly OddParents that should have ended a long time ago. But yeah, that's my little thoughts on that. All right, next question.
Misfit Reviews and Productions says,
Do you know the Nostalgia Critic, aka Doug Walker? And also, who is your favorite voice actor and voice actress?
Do I know Doug Walker? No, I do not. How I wish I did, but I do not. And who is my favorite voice actor and voice actress? Well, I'd have to say my favorite voice actor is Nolan North. That guy is like the new Mel Blanc. He can do every voice for every character, and it's just nuts. But I mean, Mel Blanc is there with one of my favorite voice actors of all time. Yes, but for like newer age, Nolan North is one of the best. And for voice actresses, I'm gonna have to give it to my veteran honey, Tara Strong. Yeah, she's wonderful. Like so many years of wonderful work. It's great. Yes. All right. Next question.
Nero Knight says,
Yo, NCJ. Good to see your channel progressing so fast. First it'll be 1K, then next 10K, and hopefully one day you will reach the OG's NC sub numbers of almost a mil. Well, when you become big and famous, don't forget about me. I know Cheese, just wanted to say it. But my question is, what advice would you give to YouTubers starting out?
Guys, thank you again for these wonderful comments. Like, seriously, these keep me going all the time. They're absolutely fantastic to just read. Thank you so much. Okay, so to answer your question, a bit of serious time. In this current state of YouTube, it is very, very difficult to gain a foothold. You either have to go the route of being trendy, so as in like, I don't know, fucking hot knife, pranks, fidget spinners, I don't know, just, that's one way to do it, because, like, you know, that's just how YouTube rolls right now. Another way, I don't know, just, it really irks me, it really does, because if you want to be creative and you want to do new things, like, it's a lot of effort and a lot of hard work has to be put into it, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get noticed right away, or at all. Like, the fact that you have a higher chance of getting noticed by putting out trash and just clickbait bullshit than actually trying to do good work and put your all into the videos with editing and trying to make a great story or just trying. Like, that's so rare to see nowadays. So for YouTubers starting out, I'd say do what you love. Do what you love. And if you do what you love, you'll find other people who love what you do, and you'll get going from there. And it's just a slow climb. The more subs you get, the more people will know about you, and the higher and higher that will go. It just keeps building on top of each other. Just try and outdo yourself every video. Try and make the best video possible. That's what I have to say. Okay, next question.
Nikos writes,
For the Q&A, who are your top favorite current and old shows? Which is your worst and best movie you have ever watched? Which is your favorite and least favorite Star Wars villain, hero, movie, and show?
Next, another triple question. Okay, what are my top 10 favorite current and old cartoons? Well, just for the sake of time, I'm going to push them all in together. So, my top five favorite current cartoons are...
in no particular order, Young Justice, Rick and Morty, Gravity Falls, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And my top 5 older cartoons are...
In no particular order, Teen Titans, well, he's a number 1. What's New Scooby-Doo, Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Samurai Jack, and the original Looney Tunes.
Jack Whitey says...
Nostalgia Critic Junior. Did you grow up with Samurai Jack, Ben 10, and Justice League Unlimited?
Okay, let's just name them all. Did I grow up with Samurai Jack? Yes, didn't watch it, but I watched it all for the first time to make my review of the show. Did I grow up with Ben 10? You fucking know it, dude. That was the shit. Holy crap, that was my shit. Justice League? Kind of, but not really. Almost the same thing with Samurai Jack and Invader Zim, where I watched it, but I didn't watch it. And then, same thing with Justice League Unlimited. Alright, next question. Junior, we have 4 meta questions. Meta questions. Yours truly, take us to meta phase 4. No, we can't go to phase 4. We can't go to phase 4, Junior. I'm not asking you to break character, yours truly. Just go to phase 4, meta. We gotta answer these questions right now. Go to phase 4. I'm going to prepare to go to phase 4. Prepare to phase 4. Get ready to go phase 4. Go.
Hey NC Junior, what made you want to review cartoons and movies? I think I know because you like how or just the idea of Nostalgia Critic. Sorry if I answered the question. When did you create your alter ego? What made you want to create a spin-off character? Nostalgia Critic Junior. Why'd you choose a Nostalgia Critic and not become your own character? Not saying I don't like you, I'm just curious. Smiley face.
Why did I create Nostalgia Critic Junior? So, origin story time! Okay, so this is very important. Hope you guys watch this part of the video, but this is some cool origin story shit. So, I have been a fan of Nostalgia Critic for years. Years. Not from the very beginning, but I've been watching for a long time. And I've always wanted to do movie shit. I've always wanted to make stuff. I've always seen YouTubers. I've always wanted to do what they did. Yeah. So, one day, I walked in on my brother. He was watching Teen Titans Go. I had no idea what Teen Titans Go was, but I did know what Teen Titans was. So I walk in, I see this on the TV, and I'm like, what is this? This is not Teen Titans, what is this? And literally, within 5 seconds of watching the show, it was episode, I don't know, they're doing a library reading book circle or something, and they start rapping about reading books. And I was done. Like, I was just done. Something in my brain snapped. So I grabbed my phone, turned off the TV, and I showed him the theme song for the old Teen Titans show. And I was like, damn, I haven't seen this in years. This is pretty great. And I just rewatched the whole series, and I don't know, because of Teen Titans Go, my nostalgia was awakened. And I just went on a huge nostalgia trip, rewatching old shows that I had forgotten, and this huge nostalgia trip hit me. And I'm like, you know what, there are so many shitty shows nowadays that I should do something. And I'm like, I want to review old shows. I want to do something to give back. I want to do something cool about the nostalgia shows. But then I face a problem. That's what the Nostalgia Critic does. So, now here's what I did for myself, okay? And this is what I do for everybody. I had different ideas for character. I had the Canadian critic in head. I had all these different ideas. But please tell me, when I say what I'm about to say, please tell me this doesn't sound like somebody you don't know. I am a reviewer who does stuff in front of camera with reaction shots in a comedic fashion while reviewing old stuff from my childhood and seeing if it's still good. Yeah, that's sounds a lot like the Nostalgia Critic. And how many times do you think I have a comment in my comment section saying, this reminds me of the Nostalgia Critic. You remind me of the Nostalgia Critic. Nostalgia Critic is blah, 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 blah. So, to avoid that, honestly, in the spirit of parody and Mel Brooks and wanting to do what I want to do, and the spirit of the fact that nothing is original anymore, everybody does the same thing. Everybody on YouTube has something of the same. Gaming channels is just gaming with their personalities on screen. The only thing that's different is their personalities, but they're all playing games. Every box opening channel, every child-friendly channel, all of them do the same stuff. It's just the person behind the camera. The cartoon community, it's different styles. It's people who have pictures for themselves. It's people who are on cameras, people who are just the voice. It's the different personality of if you're cynical, if you're loving of everything. But it's all the same. It's all the same. Nothing is original. There's a video you can go watch. I'm going to link it in the description. It's called Nothing is Original Anymore. Everything is a ripoff. And, you know, instead of trying to hide that and try and keep that, just kind of keep it down and keep us back combating these comments and say you remind me of Nostalgia, you remind me of Nostalgia. Why not just go balls to fuck? Why not just go balls to the wall? Why not just go balls to the wall and be the Nostalgia Critic Junior? Why not? I'm reviewing stuff from my childhood, which would be the junior generation of the Nostalgia Critic, which it is, and like I've watched so much of him that I know the formula, and I know I'm funny, I can do stuff. So, that is where I came from. That is why I created Nostalgia Critic Junior. That's why I did the spin-off character. That is why I exist at this time. It's not just a ripoff. It's a different incarnation. It's a different style. It's a different thing. Everything's the same, but everything's different. I put a spin on it. I'm Canadian. I do different things. But that's the thing, is if you just put a spin on it, if you do something different, then you can do anything. Anything. Like, seriously. If you guys know Chris Reagan, he is accused of being an iDubbbz clone. Simply because he has glasses, he has an editing style where he does the zooming on the face, he does music, he does green screen, he does the crazy stuff and like that, and he's called for being an iDubbbz clone for doing that. But he's not being an iDubbbz clone, he's just doing a style that happens to be done by somebody more popular than him. That's just how it works. Nothing is original. Everything is a ripoff. And that's fine. That's fine. You know what they say? What is it? I'm gonna put the link, the fucking quote down here, because I can't think of it right now, but that is true. And, yeah, so that is why I am the Nostalgia Critic Junior. Well, that was a rant and a half in Q&A. Yours truly, do we have any extra questions?
The Navoid writes,
NC Junior continues to rise like a maple syrup-loving falcon with glasses. Tell me which of your videos is your favorite one, and which of your videos has become your least favorite.
Ah, look who it is. It's the Navoid. And you have a great question for me. What is my least favorite and my favorite videos that I've made? Well, I'm going to have to break this down into two sections for each of the comments. So, one, for my least favorite, I'm going to have to say that my least favorite video that I've made is probably my epic movie review. Not because I don't think it's funny or it's or anything or it's not written right. It's because I fucked up so hard with the audio, and it's like, I think it's a personal embarrassment for me of the messing up the audio, and I'm so angry about it. But that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is the fact that I had to upload it a total of 5 times. 5 times. But like, that wouldn't be too bad. But I had to go back in, fix what they copyright striking me for, and then exported it, which takes about an hour and a half, and then I had to upload it, which takes an hour. So that's freaking 2 hours and a half of my time, times 5 for every time I'd upload. It was one of the worst experiences I had with a YouTube video. Hands down, no bars, just one of the worst ever. One of the fucking worst videos I've had to deal with. I still like the video, but if I could go back and make sure that that whole experience never happened again and I could change the audio, I fucking would. And for my favorite video of all time, I'm going to have to give it to 2. One is going to be my cake review. That one I had the most fun shooting. It was one of my favorite ones shooting. And it's also the one that really put me on the map. It's my highest grossing video, and it's the one that got me kind of where I am right now. But my favorite one, my favorite video, does have to be my League of Extraordinary Gentlemen review. Now, it's kind of a self-plug. Go watch it, since it's my favorite. But honestly, it is the one I put the most time into. That's why it's the longest review on my channel. I put the most time into it, tried to make the best jokes, and it was also my very first time making a movie review. And it was so fun to put it together and stuff. And when it didn't get as many views as I wanted it to, it was kind of sad and heartbreaking. But, like, that didn't really matter because I know that it was good, and I really tried my hardest to make that video. Yeah. So, well, since the Novoid is here answering these questions, what better way to segue into my announcement? So, that is the end of the Q&A, everybody. Thank you so much for asking questions. I will be sure to make a Q&A much later down the road if you have any more questions to ask me. But, yes, this has been it. So, segue time. I'm officially announcing my collaboration with the Novoid. We're going to be doing a review of the Judas Contract movie that came out a little over a month ago. And it's going to be a super fun time. So, in a bit of sneak peek trailer fashion, here is a short clip of the review to get you hyped. And I'm going to link his channel in the description so you can go subscribe and make sure to stay tuned for his video. I'll make a little update video on my channel when the video goes live. But yeah, without saying anything else, or without further ado, or whatever the fuck you say, I'm NC Junior. I remember Rebooted, because in your reassurance, I'm not the only one, eh?
Hey Cap, did you like seeing Bumblebee? Were you just getting attached to this new crew of the Teen Titans?
Oh yeah! I can't wait to see Bumblebee kicking some more butt and stuff. This movie is already a win in my book.
Well, too bad. We never get to see or hear from them ever again. For all we know, they died in a fiery inferno. 5 minutes was enough, right? Let's continue on to this new batch of heroes.
Oh, you cock tease!
Disappointed!
My disappointment aside, the present-day team has the likes of fan favorites Tara and Raven, as well as Damian Wayne. Is it too late to back out of the review?
No, man. We got this.
You've been gone a long time, cowboy.
So, still feeling optimistic?
No. We're in too deep. We have to get our points across for the sake of the hate. I mean of the fans.